Squeaky's on the windowsill, king of the throne. Charlie's got a feather toy, she's in her zone. Doobie's in the kitchen, knocking stuff down. 3 cats ruling this crazy little town.
Good almost afternoon, guys. I was finishing a crochet project. I'd been given this shirt many years ago. Well, about 2-3 years ago, because obviously it's a crochet shirt, and it says because a flock of crows is wrong. So I decided to crochet on it to make a point. Oh, get it? Point, hook. Well, the hooks do have a point at the end of most of them, because it makes it easier to enter back into the holes. It makes it Whew. Okay. All joking aside, not really, this is Aunt T. I had this question. If I stand in a room with 2 guys, does that make it a funny situation? A T? He? I'm laughing because I feel a lot of relief. He seems to be squeaky. Let's see if he's still over there. Doobie won't leave him alone. It doesn't matter what he does. He growl at her and everything. I mean, he's not looking the greatest. I took a baby. He's a boy. He's a good boy. But I have my clouder over here. They're enjoying this little cave. He goes in and out underneath the bed still, and I think sometimes he's hiding from Doobie. Sorry about my hair. I ain't brushed it yet. I wanted to finish this project. This is what I did. And then I also opened the sleeve up. So it's there, but it's kind of like a bell sleeve rather than one that kind of tightens, because, again, I need movement room for the bat wings. Now, he's been eating. I haven't been seeing him drinking, but he's been eating quite regularly, coming out and let me know, it's time, Mom, it's time. So he's getting a little bit back to where he was. It could be the calm before the storm. He could be getting more sick or re-sick, or he's just like, the eye of the hurricane where everything just calms down for a minute and then all of a sudden it happens again. This could be the eye of the hurricane. But for right now, I'm enjoying it. He's coming out. He's laying in the sun. He's getting lap time, loves. The only thing is, bean skin. The only thing is now he's sneezing and wheezing. Like when he goes to eat, so it sounds like he smoked like 12 packs of cigarettes yesterday. So now it sounds like he's got an upper respiratory deal going on. So I have to monitor that. But at least he's eating and drinking and using the potty and coming out for loves. He still doesn't look so happy. And that's why when he goes into hiding and Doobie goes to look for him and I hear out of his voice, it sounds weak now though still. But when I hear that out of his voice, I'm like, You better leave that boy alone. Sometimes I just say, Squeaky, just teach her your lesson. I know you don't feel good, so slap her one across the face. So I might have been wrong about losing him, and when my dad told me to put him on the porch and let nature take its course, he would have passed away and he would have been miserable. So I'm glad I didn't take that advice. I even said that to my mom and my niece. Wow, I got horns today. I said that to my mom and my niece yesterday. I saw my niece yesterday because, man, I don't take any pauses, do I? Yesterday was laundry day, and she came over to do their laundry and hers. So grandnephew was there. Grandnephew asked for Aunt T. Aunt T got her old butt on her bike and rode over there to see him. Oh, I needed his happy little face and his laugh. Oh, man, did he get mad at me. It was 9 p.m. I had to get home before it got too dark because, riding your bike in the dark. Yeah, I got a headlight, but I'm not protected all the way around like inside of a car. So I'm like, I want to get home before it's dark. So, I went out to pull my bike to the front of the yard because I put it in the back because that way it's not seen off the highway and people aren't going to stop their car and just grab it. So I hide it somewhere. What I do, Mom and Dad's yard in their house is a lot like my yard and house. My yard's actually cleaner than theirs, but anyway, I push it over. I just lay it on its side. I take the battery inside with me and I lay it on its side because everybody thinks it's just another dead bicycle laying in the yard. So it's more of a inconspicuous. I can't say that word. Inconspicuous. And I probably said it wrong again. Inconspicuous. There we go. And it just kind of blends in with the rest of the junk. Well, it isn't junk, but it just kind of blends in with the junk. And I really want to trim that piece off, but I know that if I washed my hair, it would work better. So anyway, grandnephew was asking for his Aunt T. So I dropped absolutely everything and I rode over there. Not today, though. It's going to be 85. It was only up to 78 yesterday. 85? I was still having a hard time breathing on my way there. I don't know what else to do. I'm 51. I'm old. But, so anyway. And these, my mom thought were real earrings, and she thought they were pretty. And they've been on since that first time I showed them to you a couple days ago, about two or 3 days ago. And that's still the same eyelash glue. Now, what I'm wondering is how do you clean underneath them? And I haven't taken a shower with them on, and I know that sounds gross because it's been 2-3 days. What I did is I took the shower before I put them on. So I put them on when I was doing my scent prep, as a deodorants and perfumes and that kind of stuff. Well, I put the earrings on then too. And she says, "Your earrings are so pretty." And I said, "Thanks. They came with 100 for 99 cents in that eyelash glue." She said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, I just have them glued on." I said, "They don't hurt at all?" I can't tell that the only, if I put the googly eye ones on, and I have had them on, they were the first ones I did have on, but I kept playing with them because I kept hearing because they rattle. But these, I can't even tell they're on. I've slept with them on. I'm impressed and I'm happy. Now to find things like these that don't look like they came from a 3-year-old section. I guess beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. So, and then I could get really creative and like pretend I have like 6 or 7 of them up my ear if I wanted to. Oh, that's really just standing out straight today, isn't it? Let's put it on that side. Hey. Still doesn't look the greatest, but okay, whatever. My niece Megan and her little ones are going to come and visit my other niece that lives closer to me, my grandnephew. The grandnephew and my niece that I'm always talking about that lives close to me. Her cousin's coming and bringing my other grandnephew and grandniece. My nephew and my other 2 grandnieces and grandnephew, I don't know if they're showing up or not. See, Rivka has 2 children with children. She has 4 children. She has 2 children with children, and the 2 children with children have 2 children. So grandniece and grandnephew and grandniece and grandnephew and grandniece and grandnephew. Actually, no. My nephew has 3 children. His oldest is a boy. He showed me a picture of this kid. And like one day he was 13 and he looked just like his mom, all little, quiet little features and mousy little. Then all of a sudden, like on his 14th birthday, he sprouted out and started looking like his dad. And I looked at him and I looked at the messenger and I says, when does Aunt T need to give him some protection courses? And he says, I've already got it planned for next weekend. This was about a month ago. I'm like, because he sprouted from looking like his mom to looking like you overnight. He goes, I know. He says he's already starting to show interest in girls. And I says, well, let's talk about sterilization. And he says, I want to, but we have to give him that choice. And I says, then give him some skins. And he says, I'm going to, Auntie. Don't worry. I'm gonna. Well, Miss Doobadoo decided she wanted to come see me. I think the older ones are tired of her and told her go away. Huh? Hi, Doobadoo. Hi. Ow. That hurt. That's why I call you a D-head. That and you have one. You have a wiener on your face. You have a wiener on your face. You have a wiener on your face. You are a D-head. Ha ha. Who is that? Who is that, Doobadoo? Who is it? You're starting to look like a teenager cat. Pretty soon you're going to have to go in for your surgery. You didn't like that, hey? Who is that cat? No. Who is that? Who's that cat? Who is that? See, there's a mirror in my hallway. You can't have that. And it's there so I can check my outfit or take pictures of what I've done and send them to people and stuff like that. She sits there and tries to play with the cat in the mirror because these other cats won't play with her. They just kick her butt. Squeaky, understandably. Coincidentally, he got sick when she showed up. I don't think she made him sick because Pam said something about, did he get sick from the kitten? And I don't think so because she doesn't have any symptoms like that. She did have lethargy. And she was a baby. I mean, babies sleep. She did have weird stuff going on with her third eyelids. She still does. Like if she's sleeping and she opens her eyes, like the third eyelids are showing. I think that's common, but she does open her eyes when she's sleeping. Charlie isn't sick. If it had been the kitten that did it, Charlie'd be sick and Squeaky'd be sick. I think they'd all be sick. But Squeaky was the only one that was sick. So the only thing I can think of, there's two possibilities outside of his heart murmur, which I don't think you last 7 years with a heart murmur like that. It was a stage 4 heart murmur. So anyway, the only things, and Pam brought these ones to my attention, would have been Doobie or having a hairball. I think, or the third thing, excuse me, the neighbors have been poisoning the mice, and he ate one. Can happen. Because I told my daughter Alana that. I said, I think he ate a poisoned mouse. She says, it's why you don't poison the mice in your house, Mom. And I said, and I can't stop my neighbors from doing it. Oh, that's true. So, there's all that. I don't have you on Do Not Disturb, so YouTube is letting me know that people have farted out a new project. Actually, this was Miss Mojo something or other. I don't know, something about the history of something. The history of used toilet paper. I don't know. So, that was a weird noise. It's coming from the cat cave over there. I got a cat cave. I made them a room. They like hanging out over there. And I did screw that I screwed. I mean, at least twice. I have 2 daughters. Anyway, that big board that was just laying there on the top of the couch, I did screw it to the back of the couch so that they had a ledge to lay on underneath the window there. So if I move that couch out, that ledge goes with it, which is fine. Just perfectly fine by me. They like it. It's not going anywhere. And if, again, I need to use that as a bed or a couch, I can take that board down and put it over the spines or the back of the couch. That way we could put cushions on it to be able to sit in it. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting kind of weird on it, like with your legs in the air or something. You can't sit on a couch without a back. I mean, it has a back, it has a spine, it just doesn't have the support that a back of a couch should. He got mad at me, excuse me for this extra clip, but he got mad at me because I went to grab my bike out of the backyard and put it in the front because I was preparing to leave. He thought I was leaving without saying goodbye, without giving a hug or a kiss or anything, and he started having a fit. I could hear him, wait, Auntie, 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 Auntie. I was like, wait. And I pulled my bike up to the front. He's still crying. Pulled my bike up to the front. And I went inside. And I took my shoes off. And I sat down right next to him. And I said, Auntie was just getting ready to go. I didn't tell you I was leaving yet. Because I wasn't leaving yet. And I said, but Aunt T needs to start telling you when she goes outside that she's not going yet, but she's getting ready to. So that's what he got mad about. And plus, I had a key that I didn't know what the key went to that was in the pocket of the bike because I thought it was a key to Mom and Dad's house. Well, it was. Mom puts her hand out like this for her key back, and I'm like, that's my key. She says, mine doesn't work so well. I says, tell your husband that. Mine works great. But I said, Mom, I might need to get in here and you can't get the door open. Oh, yeah. So anyway, that's what he was mad about. He was angry that he thought I was leaving without a hug or a kiss or saying goodbye or anything. He thought I was just leaving. I would never do that to you, my little boy. I would never do that to you. I love you. Ooh, you know what I found out? I found out that and I should have known this. You could get magnetic SSD cards, like terabyte size, that'll hook into your phone. They got them for iPhones specifically, and they have them for Android. And yeah, specifically. And I think you can just take any regular one if you've got the right cord hookup and do that with. Um, so that's going to save me a lot of time and a lot of, oh my gosh, where did this go? And I really don't want to delete that and that kind of stuff. Whole videos. I can save whole videos and just dump it off of my phone onto that. Yeah, I got one. It was Prime Day deal and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I got one. But again, I'm gonna have to do some research because I think you can just take them and take them. Get a regular one that isn't magnetic. Now, I think the magnetic one also charges or um just sticks to your phone and it's easier to carry around. But it also does take one of these cords to connect it to your phone sometimes too. So maybe it's Bluetooth. I don't know. I'll have to wait till it gets here to mess around with it. Doobie, are you messing with Squeaky again? I do think you are. I think she's climbing the... Put you on pause and it didn't pause. Look at that. Leave him alone. You're a brat. Doobie-doo. Get off of there. That's a good girl. She's a brat. Oh my gosh. This is, I swear, it's like raising another child. I'd forgotten because it's been... How old is Charlie? 6 years since I had to raise a kitten again. Since I had to raise a kitten. So I forgot that it was like that. So yeah. Fun times, guys. Fun times. Ooh, he's got his tail going. He's mad. What are you doing? You mad? What are you mad about? A baby bothering you? Is that baby bothering you? All she's doing is eating the rest of the food that you didn't eat. He's not eating at all. And he's not pigging it down like he used to. But he's still getting it down. So, oh, anyway. I think, going back to him and his tummy, I think that it may have been hairball because Pam suggested to go outside and get them some kitty lettuce, as in grass from your yard. And my mom said something about feeding them grass and getting the specific kind that you grow for cats and la 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 la. I says, Mom, if he was outside, what grass would he be eating? Oh, the lawn grass. Yeah. So this stuff is good. This is okay as long as I don't have like tons of cars sitting on it, and he's eating oil too. So she suggested to get that. And I saw pieces of it in his elimination, his backward elimination. I'm like, he's eating that grass? So he was laying there like that, out and about and just laying there, and he still hadn't been eating. So I grabbed some more grass, and it had a head on it. It had, they look like little pieces of wheat, and you could actually grind them into wheat if you wanted to take that time to do that, because their kernels are very tiny, so you're not going to get much out of them, but you could do it. And that's why they are here. That's why we have quack grass like that, is because it was imported, because you can eat it like that. Actually, the starchy part of quack grass is the roots. Anyway, he ate like 3 off the end of that. I'm like, you ate those? That's the first thing in 3 days you put in your mouth besides water. And then the next day he come out and he looked at me like, where's my plate of food? So I gave it to him, and he licked the slop off of it and left the chunks. And then he did that 3 times. And then he ate all day yesterday, and today he's eating again. So, again, 2 things could be happening. We'll have to wait and see. That is really bothering me, and I want to cut it off. But I know if I do it, then I'm going to be weird looking. Besides my horn. So that's where we are with the healing and those kinds of things. He is old. It's going to happen eventually. I had thought it was going to happen this time. He looked so bad it wasn't even funny. That's why I thought I'd get videos out and say, hey, this is what's going on. I'm losing my cat. You're just being persnickety now, Mr. Old Fart. You're waving it around so she'll play with it. And now you're yelling at her for it? He is a Sagittarius, if that means anything to any of you. You're waving your tail around for her. Oh, you okay? You slipped a little bit there. Wag your tail around for her and then yell at her. Well, he's a Sagittarius. My dad's a Sagittarius. So, Charlie's a Leo. Let's see, I got her in May. She was 8 weeks when I got her, so... Doobie's either an Aquarius or a Pisces. No. Ew. Not an Aries. Because it would have been April. End of March, beginning of April. She's either a Pisces or an Aries. She's stubborn, I'd say she's an Aries. Which, guess what? My mom is an Aries, and my dad's a Sagittarius. Yay. And Leo? I don't know anybody that's a Leo. My daughter Jade might be. She was August 17th. 17th? Was she born the 17th? Just a minute. Odd, but I had to check because, I'm an Elvis Presley fan, his music, that kind of stuff. So I did a little bit of research and I found out what kind of a butthole he is. And anyway, he died the 16th. And I'm like, that's like almost the same day Jade was born. Jade was born the day after. Alana's birthday, She's gone now. She died now, too. Not Alana. Lisa Marie Presley, her birthday, same. Was it the same day? Same day as Alana's, I believe. So I get the facts. I'm like, when was Jade born? The 17th or the 16th? So I get the facts wrong because of those numbers that are floating around in my head. I'm not a numerologist. I can't do numbers. I've said that many times before. That's right. You groom yourself. You get yourself clean and you make yourself look presentable, mister. That's right. You do that. Yeah. Sneeze at me. Sneeze and wheeze. Sneeze and wheeze. Aren't you glad you ain't a smoker? No more? Oh. What are you sneaking around for? Sneaking around. My house total disarray. I'm sorry. I've tossed things, moved things. I've gotten a few things clean, but it's in total disarray right now because I just didn't care at the time. It's not as bad as it was when I started the Journey's journey, but I need to get up off my butt and finish. Now that this is over with, I'm actually supporting a friend, my friend Bina, though. It's kind of been rough on me there, too. I mean, I was in the midst of watching this. Of course, that's my son, you know. And then one of my moms died, you know. So it's just been rough. And then to top it all off, Pam's cat had such a tragic ending. And I'm sorry about mentioning that, you guys. I know that hurts. I love you guys. I'm right here for you. I'm right here for you, Journey. And Pam and Sterling. I'm right here. So through all of having to be strong for those two, I was having to be strong for him too. So the house kind of went on the wayside. So did videoing. And I apologize for being gone for so long. But you just never know. You just never know when something like that's going to happen. Oh, it's going to be hot today. But I have my big fan. I don't know why. But I thought the fan over top of my stove quit working. And now it's working again. Probably had a bird in it. Or a chipmunk. Look at that. Isn't that great? Not a chipmunk, a squirrel. Them squirrels. Those squirrels. They really love these pine trees. They love the pine trees because the pine trees make pine cones. And what's in a pine cone? Nuts. I really like the pine trees because what's in a pine cone? Pine nuts. You can eat those. They're smaller than the ones you can get in the store. That's another reason I want them around my house. Like I have some growing in my yard now. They're only, little, but they're growing in my yard now. So that's a protein source. It's a heck of a lot of work, but it's a protein source. So I have a sugar source and a protein source. And honestly, like I said, if you really, 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 really are that desperate, you can eat the grass off your lawn. As long as you don't have like a bunch of environmental things like gas and oil and stuff sitting on it. So, and I have a spice. I have a green source, I have a protein source, and a sugar source right on my property. It won't be fun. And in the winter, good luck. I mean, in the winter, I could go pine cone hunting again. And also, if you get, I have this bump on my arm that I'm picking. if you get enough of them, you can press them and get oil from them too. I'm sorry, I'm watching them. You know you're on camera, don't you? All she did was be near you. You're a drama queen. Now I've been besides the sneezing and the wheezing, I keep telling him he's a drama queen. Because that's all he does is yelling at her. I told him, I says, you quit being a drama queen. I says, this is a very bad way to let me know you don't like having a kitten getting sick like that. Oh, you got me a kitten, I'm going to die now. No, that's not exactly how it went, but as soon as she came in the house, he got sick. Or, you know what? Before she came into the house. No, the day she came into the house. Remember I said there was 2 perfectly laid turds right next to the toilet? And then the next day I said there was again. I thought it was his protest telling me he didn't like her. Maybe it was his gut telling me, I'm not feeling good, Mom. And then that day I looked at him and I said, your eyes are looking funky. What's going on, dude? So something happened, coincidentally or not. Something happened. Whatever. Oh, blah, blah. Guys, I'm tired today. My bottom end does not hurt as it should. From riding the bike, I flipped that toilet over. There was a whole bunch of ants in it, but there wasn't like poo residue in there. It's been sitting out there for a good 5 or 6 years even. So, I mean, there wasn't really anything in it. So I flipped it over, and for one thing, I noticed that beans, they'll grow in your sink. Apparently some spilled out when I cooked them, and I looked in my sink and I uncovered like a big pan or something that had been sitting in there because it wasn't dirt. It was dirty, but it wasn't like drawing flies or anything. Anyway, beans will grow in your sink. The bean sprout looks sad today, but this is from a chickpea. Woo! That thing. And that's my garlic growing in the toilet. You know why? Because it didn't like being over there anymore. It looked all droopy and grassy, and not grassy, but like it was drying up and didn't want to do anything anymore. So I gave it more dirt, and it was root bound. It was root bound, so I'm going to close that door and not let that heat in here. So I flipped the toilet over and decided to plant some garlic in there. Why not? It wasn't, like I said, it's not any more filthy inside that thing than the ground. And if you're not cleaning your stuff off after you've washed it or you've grown it, you have a problem because there's poop on it. There's bug poop on it from growing out there. And if you like that extra protein, go ahead and eat that. And I almost cussed. Sorry. Ooh. Ouch. Oh, I think Aunt T's gonna need another cup. Ew. Oh, it's water. I dropped it over here. I'm gonna need another cup of coffee before it gets hot. My dad finally got his eyeballs on the book for my bike. I don't even know what I did with my backpack. Oh, there it is, sitting right next to me. But anyway, he got to look at the book on my bike because I was wondering about getting to and from the dispensary because I want to go get some Well, you see how much I crocheted. Well, it hurts to do that. You see that bump in the middle of my hand? If I move my hand. And the wrist bone? It swells up like that from arthritis from crocheting. And again, I can make whole outfits if I'm stoned. Sorry to admit to that. But I can. I can make whole outfits if I'm... Woo! Three sheets to the wind. And I'm tired of spending $60 for 10 microdose gummies. You get better deals if you can get to the dispensary. Well, he says, well, you could do 60-mile round trip on that thing on just the throttle if you weighed 90 pounds. I said, there is no way in this earth this frame is going to have 90 pounds ever on it. I said, that's disgusting looking on somebody my height. Unless, honestly, if you're 90 pounds and you are my height and you can't help it. I knew this one woman. She was 8 months pregnant. You couldn't even tell. She was so little tiny. And I watched her eat like 3 McDonald's meals and da-da-da-da-da. And this girl was like this big around. She could not gain weight. So, I mean, if you're like that naturally, honestly, I'm not trying to down people for the way they look. I mean, if you accidentally look like if you're accidentally 90 pounds at my height, then you're accidentally actually 90 pounds at my height. That's what you are. I just thought that for me personally, no, I think that I would have to be hospitalized if I was that weight. As it is, I weigh about 200. And I lost 200. Dilby, leave him alone. See, he's moving around okay. Anna boy, what's the matter? That little girl bothering you? See, guys, we do this game. She'll over here eat, and hear him eating or her eating, and run over and grab his plate, because that was his plate. So what I do is I grab her plate and put it in front of him. So that's may have been one of the reasons that he did get sick. Is if she did have something. She may have. Remember I said that she smelled like, and that's all he did was lick that off. She smelled like I was going to lose her. She might have given him a cold. She might have. The only thing is he only had half of the symptoms of distemper. Only half of them. So I think that him getting sick and her arrival were coincidentally coincided. Doobie, you're a butthole. Doobie doobie doo. Have this caffeine before I have to turn to water. Tea turns into water. Oh. There we go. Did anybody say bless you? Bless you, Squeaky. See, he's sneezing too. Are you allergic to me? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, bye. We'll see you in a little while when your tummy needs more. Love you. Cranky old fat. Ooh, that coffee might boost me and make me feel warm too. Oh. mess with this pair. I'm wearing a pair. I was going to mess with that pair. Then I was messing with another pair. These shorts, I have 1,000 of them. Since I did this to this shirt, I might consider something close to that for those shorts. Because you can't see anything. Yeah, he's under my bed right now. Again, it's been, 2 days since he's pulled out of a week of near death. So, I mean, I gave him his space. You come out and be social for a while, and you can go out and go back and hide. Puff didn't want her food. I couldn't find her. I don't even know where she went. She was sneaking somewhere. She might be in the bathroom. She likes to hide different spots because Doobie tries to do the same thing to her as she does to Squeaky. Run on over there and just grab their food. Hey, you jerk. Here's your plate. And whoever's plate she's eating off of, they finish hers. Well, I don't think I have any deliveries coming today. I don't think I have any mail coming today. It's only Friday. Oh, one of my goblins is turning 18 tomorrow. My Ellie. She's turning 18 tomorrow. I guess I do know some Leos. I think Ellie and Gabe are both, because Gabe's in his 20s, so I could say his name. Goblin number 1 is still like 15, 16, so we'll leave them out of it. I didn't get her any, you didn't get them anything? I'm sorry, Ellie, I goofed up and I called you a her. I still goof up like that, and even if I knew more they thems, I'd still goof up like that. It's like those color puzzles where it's the word red, but it's in the color blue, and you're supposed to say blue instead of red. Because my mind sees this person as a gender. And then I knew this person as a gender. So I'm going to goof up. I'm going to goof up, and I'm not going to apologize for it, because you know what? I'm human. I have glitter on my face. I didn't even do makeup lately. So I'm going to goof up and say that she and he, when my face sees she and a he. And I will have to be reminded probably every time to say they. It's gaslighting and a mind F is what it is. But again, for them, both my goblins, I do that. If you're just some Joe Schmo off the road, you're a guy. If you look like a guy. You're a girl if you look like a girl. That's that. Well, there's Charlie jumping from perch to perch. Are you mad you didn't get any food? You ran away. You didn't come out and have any. You need to have? You were meowing earlier. Well, I guess I'm gonna look like one of Pam's chickens. Doopie's still not jumping on stuff. She uses her claws to climb. Which is weird. She's big enough to do that. I think she was just one of those born this way people. I think she was special, but they were adamant that she was special. So I'm like, okay, well, your name is going to have to be a Doobie because you look like a little stoner to me. Maybe that's her problem. Maybe she needs a refill. So anyway, that was just I guess a quick update. um, I guess I'll be back tomorrow if I remember. And I will see you later. You have a good day. Bye.